Right, guys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, the people that live in Chesham and Amersham in the UK is like a sort of village town, I think, or it's not a city. They sort of don't want it to be like London, which I can totally understand that. There's a lot of wildlife there, a lot of countryside. Did the planning reform cost for the Tories there sitting in Chesham and Amersham in the UK? But loads of people don't go for politics. Some people do, some people don't. Some people support Conservatives or Labour or the Greens or the Lib Dems. But this is different. So this is the Tories. So a lot of people are upset. They don't want to see their nice green land go. Some people don't like a lot of houses and a lot of traffic around them. They like the countryside and the fresh air and the wildlife of life, obviously. So not everybody's the same. Some people prefer busy areas. Some people don't. We're all different, so we're going to be looking into this video and seeing on here what's really going on in the countryside.
This was Greenbelt in 2018.
For more than 30 years, Susan's Chilterns home looked out on the Greenbelt. But that protection has now been removed to allow development, and this view may soon be replaced by housing.
They put an outline plan in now for 103 houses just in this space.
How does that make you feel?
Awful. I know people need housing. I'm not against development. What I'm against is where you join up villages, where you overcrowd, where there's no infrastructure. We don't have doctors, we don't have school places, we don't have roads. It takes you hours to go anywhere. How can they possibly put houses and then think about the infrastructure afterwards? We can't even get potholes mended.
Concerns like these help trigger an unexpected political earthquake in the Chilterns this week. The Liberal Democrats winning a by-election in Chesham and Amersham, a previously rock-solid Conservative majority, undermined by concern this area of outstanding natural beauty is under threat from developers.
Our infrastructure cannot cope with large-scale development, and people have moved to this area because green space is open air, and they don't want to see it just expanded into a further suburb of London.
There were specific local issues here, but senior Conservatives are warning concerns over planning reform are a national problem.
The concern in places like this and across the southeast is government plans to automatically grant planning permission in certain areas of the country and to reduce residents' opportunities to object. The target is to build 300,000 new homes every year. Last year, they managed just 240,000.
It's an issue in Winchester too, a Conservative-held Lib Dem target, where this 77-home development has gone ahead despite objections, offering much-needed social housing.
I think it's terrible. There's a lot of free space outside of Winchester and outside of a lot of the cities and towns where you could utilise that free space quite well. I mean, the towns have become quite saturated. The traffic's always so heavy and it's become quite overpopulated. But where there's so much space on the outskirts, it doesn't seem to make sense that you wouldn't build housing that was available to people on the outskirts.
Britain's acute housing crisis will not be easily resolved, but bulldozing traditional Conservative support was not part of the plan. Paul Kelso, Sky News in Amersham.
But saying that, where are most of the wildlife going to go? I mean, do they move the wildlife out? Do they die? Do they find other places? I'm talking about the animals. If they're building more houses in places that the wildlife are at. We all know there's a lot of wildlife in the UK and many other countries around the world. But anyway, guys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, hope you all enjoyed the video. And tell me what you think about this. Do you reckon it's right or wrong? We build more houses. People need a place to stay, obviously. And some people just prefer the countryside and all the cities some people prefer. It depends what you're into. Some people get older and decide they want to go into the countryside and live there. Some people decide they want to be in busier areas. For me, I like to be in a quiet area, personally. But anyway, thank you for joining this video. Peace.